And one thing I know for sure is that a lot of marriages, um, and a lot of Africans, especially African women, go through a lot in marriage. The protections that are given, or that African women have here, or women have here in general, are not given to women in Africa. So there's a lot of
Y'all, this is set
abuse.
to achieve. Welcome to another video. Guys, I know it's been a while since I put out a video. I've been sorting out some things in my personal life. But I just decided to put out this video today because actually I saw a TikTok video, and I was just inspired. I felt led to come out here and just talk to you guys. Please, if you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, like the video, share, leave your comments, and let's get to it, okay? Um, I will put a clip from a TikTok video at the end, like towards the end of this video. So stick to the end because I'm gonna put out that video so that you all can watch it and just leave your comments and things. But I'm gonna talk about this personally because I want to say my opinion. Um, okay, as a Nigerian who grew up here in America, I came here at 12. I have seen a lot of things even before coming here. And one thing I know for sure is that a lot of marriages, um, and a lot of Africans, especially African women, go through a lot in marriage. The protections that are given, or that African women have here, or women have here in general, are not given to women in Africa. So there's a lot of abuse. Okay, there's a lot of cheating. There's a lot of um, verbal, emotional abuse, and the sad part about it that it is seen as part of the culture to accept the abuse. Okay, I was married for about 16 and a half years, married to a narcissist, okay? Married to another African, Nigerian, and it was a very difficult relationship with three children and just having to during a lot of the things, and a lot of the things I had to keep to myself, a lot of the abuse I had to keep to myself. I broke out about it was literally like 2 days ago. I'm 2 years free. 2 years free of narcissistic abuse, guys. It's only by the grace of God, and I give God and Christ all the glory. It is not a joke. Okay, a lot of women, especially Nigerian women, are going through hell. Okay, because it's seen, because of the culture. A lot of women, especially African women, Nigerian women, are um, literally they are um, basically forced to be in silence. There's nobody that you can speak to. The abuse, the cheating, the lying, the narcissistic abuse in the African household, Nigerian households, it is accepted. Okay, it is accepted. Um, for the most part, even though it's getting more and more exposed because people are getting tired of the trash and the crap, um, first and foremost, it sets a really bad example for our girls. Okay, and that is the reason why I was so apt to say, you know what, enough is enough. I have to leave because I have two daughters, one that is just 18 now, and I have one that's 15, and I have a son right in the middle. Okay, so it's like, how do you teach your children to to love themselves, especially your girls to love themselves, to appreciate themselves when they are seeing you being disrespected, they are seeing you being trashed, abused, they're seeing you being cheated on openly. Okay, a lot of these men will take their children maybe to stop by at their side chick's house, or apartment that they've gotten for the side chicks. All kinds of things. If you hear stories of what people have gone through, um, you'll be shocked. Okay, so I know this happens everywhere, but I want to speak specifically because of myself being Nigerian. I can speak specifically of what it is. Narcissistic abuse, to me, it seems like it's part of the culture. And the sad part about it is that for the most part, you can't run to your family, you can't run to your parents because you see a lot of abuse and you see a lot of things that are not supposed to happen, that is being accepted. Because it's like, why did I stay so long in my own narcissistically abused
situation, because I've seen it modeled over and over again with my parents, and with people around me. And it seemed like, well, she's staying, well, they're staying, and I don't want to, put it to the part that it's only women that are being abused, because in some situations, the women can be the abusers. But I would say for the most part, because of the patriarchal culture, the men are seen more as, um, they're more dominant, obviously, especially in the African households, in the African culture. The men are more dominant. So, they take on more of a more, I guess, a superior role. you know the girls are taught to cook, clean, even from a very young age. They're basically trained to, hey, make sure you do this, make sure you do that, make sure you clean this well, because when you go to your husband's house, you know this is what's going to be expected of you. And if you don't do it, you know you're not going to be treated very well. So it's ingrained in our girls to be subservient, to um yeah, you better behave this way, or you better behave well, because when you go to your husband's house. So from a very young age, even you see little baby girls being told, hey, hold that baby well. So you see a little baby being given another little baby to hold, hey. So it's training them to, and I don't have any, because I know that um there are roles when it comes to the sexes and whatnot and everything. There are roles that people play. I totally understand that. But my thing is, abuse should not be part of it. I know, because women are more nurturers. So women are, they're the ones that carry the baby for 9 months. So they're the breastfeed and everything. So it's expected that the women will be, take on more of the role of nurturer. But like I said, that should not include abuse. And in a lot of African households, it is accepted, that that the man should be the one that is dominant, and the man should be literally like narcissistic, you know um with no empathy, not caring how tired the wife is, not caring that they have many little children. The house should be clean. As a matter of fact, when the man is coming into the house, everybody should jump and run, you know and run to their place of safety. Everybody goes to hide in their rooms, so that they don't trigger him. you know hey, you better behave so you don't make daddy mad. You better go quickly. So it's like a tyrant, a monster is coming to the house. So I just wanted to share my thoughts, because it is something that needs to be shared, because there's been a lot of times the culture is a lot of, hush, shh, don't say that, people are going to look at you. But it's like, it comes to the point, it's like, okay, all the hush hushing that we've been doing all these years, what has it done for us? What has it done to help especially the women, the female child? I mentioned I have two daughters and I have a son. Okay, what is not speaking up about these things doing to help our sons? How is it helping our sons to be better husbands? Okay, as a child of God, as a believer in Christ, um, I must show, through my own actions, um, and patterns, that this is the way, as a child of God, you're supposed to behave. But a lot of times, a lot of Africans choose, even the ones that pretend like they're Christians, they choose culture over Christianity. They choose culture over um, what is right. Well, according to the culture, you should hush about it. According to the culture, you shouldn't talk back to your husband. Nobody's saying to be rude, but if you're being mistreated, you know, and you are being squeezed, the life is being squeezed out of you. Okay, you're being sucked and trampled upon. You're supposed to just sit there and be silent. Okay, and like I said, guys, stay to the end, because I'm gonna bring on a video, and this video is gonna like hit the nail to the head, talking exactly about, it's a TikTok video, and talking exactly about exactly what is going on, to the core. Okay, because
people are, like I said, and this is from a male perspective, okay? So it's not just saying like, well, she's a woman, she's talking about it, of course she's gonna relate to other women, but no, this is from another male, African, Nigerian, okay? So it comes to the point that somebody has to start speaking. Those of us that have platforms to speak, have an audience to speak, should speak. Okay, I think it's a no for us to sit down and continue to accept what has been going on. My generation, I'm a millennial. Um, I'm about to be 42, so I'm not a child. I've been through a lot, and like I said earlier, it only is by God's grace that I was able to escape successfully from narcissistic abuse for 2 years now, by the grace of God. Okay, so I'm a strong believer that women, especially, should speak up, and and it should be, and it's really sad because a lot of the church has a strong role to play when it comes to um, keeping up with the abuse, because a lot of women that have been divorced, okay, I have an auntie that was divorced, because her husband was very abusive, and it's like, from what I got from her, even the church was not accepting, you know, and it's very sad because it's like you go to the church, as a way of, as a refuge. You've been abused. You've managed to escape by the grace of God, and rather than them embracing you, um, they will ostracize you, especially if they know that maybe your husband, before you all separated, or your ex was some kind of prominent member of the church. And the thing about it is, when you're dealing with narcissists, because I know a lot about their tactics. I've learned a lot over the years, especially during this time that I've been separated from the narcissist. Okay, I've learned a lot about their tactics, um, especially when you're dealing with a covert narcissist. Um, you know, they hide behind their religious, mask. Okay, they're very helpful. They give to the church. They go behind. They go above and beyond to do services um, and acts of kindness so that they can gain trust. Okay, they're like a green snake in the green grass. They just sneak right in, and people will support them, and people will take their side because it's like, why not? I mean, you have been, um, doing all these services and doing all these things so that you can gain popularity, so that you can gain trust, right? So and then behind closed doors, you are being destructive, you are being um, abusive, And the worst thing about a narcissist, is that they will train your children to um, dislike you. They would train your children to disrespect you. They would do certain things to minimize your authority, so that your children will not be able to, or will not take you seriously. They won't respect you. They won't listen to you. They won't empathize with you because they would look at you as a doormat. And nobody respects a doormat. A doormat is only just good to be stepped on. Okay, so there's a whole lot, and it's like a whole fabric, and it's really sad, that but I'm happy though that people are actually out there now, people like myself, being free to talk about these things, that what, it's not right, it is not right. And you see a lot of them when they maybe they were married in Africa, and, and because of the culture and because of the societal stigma, they were basically trained and they were groomed to accept all of that um, abuse. But then when they migrate to Canada, to the United States, to Europe, to the UK, they start seeing that there are rights for women, and then they start um, spreading their wings, and embracing their freedom. And then it's like, it's looked at as if that, the way my ex used to say, oh, you're growing wings, you think you can talk now, or you think you're growing wings, so that's basically the way that they see. Even though with my ex we met here, but it's still the same mentality. They take that mentality that they take from Africa and they bring it here. They see women as people to dominate and to step on, and to trample on and to crush. It is so sad. And to and to like literally to just overpower, just to dominate. And that is the way it is, especially when you're dealing with narcissists. But it's like, with the culture, it breeds more and more narcissists. So the young boys see their fathers, they see their uncles, they see their grandfathers treat this women this way, and they don't see it as a, like, hey, because there's no modeling of anything good around, very, very few and far between, you know, but they don't see a lot of um the right way of doing things, so they just model that behavior, guys. So it's really sad, but I just wanted to just put out this video today. I felt led to go ahead and do it. So like I mentioned earlier, go ahead and make sure you watch this video. And I will end it here. Watch it, and then you can leave your comments. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and yeah, go ahead and watch the video, and then I'll see you on the next one.
Yo, what's going on, my African people? I know that there's this crazy push to get married. The amount of pressure that Africans, especially Nigerians, get from our parents to get married is ridiculous. Which I understand some people make fun of it. And shout out to all the young people who are starting to push back on this bullshit. But I want to start challenging people who've been through toxic marriages to start speaking up. Because a lot of these marriages are not what they're cracked up to be. Can you imagine all the people who are suffering, silently suffering in marriages that are so toxic all around the world? Like your family members, your brothers, your sisters, your mothers, your fathers. Especially a lot of African women are burned as a result of horrible marriages. Especially African women who live on the African continent because they have no rights and protection whatsoever. These women get taken advantage of all the time, and literally not a single person is speaking up for them. And who are they going to talk to? This woman is married, has kids, has lost her prime. Meanwhile, her husband has the audacity to be doing all kinds of fuck shit. Who is going to speak up for her? Who's she going to talk to? And sometimes, in some situations, these women can't even talk to their own family members because the family members are going to start blaming her. And sometimes, actually, because she has no genuine relationship with her own family members. And let's talk about cheating. Of course, men and women cheat. That is true. But also, let's not act brand new. Men tend to cheat a lot more than women. Let's just keep it real. And men tend to have this audacity, this foul audacity to cheat like it's their God given right. Can you imagine all the African women in failed marriages that their husbands are cheating on them? And their husbands are passing down STDs to these women. And these women are suffering silently. Women constantly being infected with gonorrhea, syphilis, herpes, HIV. Can you imagine how many African women are silently living with HIV because of their husbands? All because of our parents forcing us to get married by fire, by force. Again, shout out to all the young Africans who are pushing back on this bullshit. But I challenge all the Africans who have been through toxic marriages to start speaking up. Let these young cats know that marriage is not all it's cracked up to be. I know we see all these weddings online, but trust me, a lot of these marriages are not as happy as they look. If you are a person who has been through a toxic relationship or toxic marriage, please speak up. Let this video be a reminder for you to speak up. God has blessed you with the fact that you lived through this horrible experience. Now is your time to give back, because to whom much is given, much is equally expected. Uche, peace and love.